Kanye West.
Kanye West. All these people you naming are really different. Like they are a pioneer in their own category.
Right, right,
Like
right.
Kanye West, he set a lot of trends as well, especially when it comes to like clothing, fashion, even with his music, like the Yeezy, like all of that. He
Right,
did a lot of stuff,
right,
and
right.
yeah, he's another person that had to work like really hard because I watched his documentary as well. Like it showed that he worked really hard. At first, they didn't want to give him a chance with nothing,
Right.
so he had to actually push through and force his way in there and let them know that
Far as
he's
the
somebody.
far as artist, producer, all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely set another trend when it came to artist and producer,
Mm-hmm.
being that whole like musician and knowing what they really wanted from music.
I mean, he's a genius. He knows what he wants. Um, he knows how he wants to do things, and that's why I like Kanye West. Yeah.
All right, last but not least, Teontee. First thing come to your mind.
Oh, I thought you was about to tell me something, but Teontay, me, um, I would say very different. Like I have my own category as well when it comes to music,
Okay.
even just being on the internet. Like I think when I think of myself, I think of red hair. I think of good fashion. I think of like what's the word? I think of versatility when it comes to me.
Very
Like because
versatile.
when it comes to me, I know how to do pop music. I know how to do rap music, hip
Right,
hop.
right, right.
I know how to do R&B. So I just don't want to put myself in one category. And yeah, I want to know how, I try to learn how to do everything. So when that opportunity comes, I would know how to.
You ain't stuck
Yeah,
in
I'm
that
not stuck. I
box.
would know
Yeah.
how to be a professional at it because I have studied it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Definitely. Okay. Um, being from the South,
Hmm.
being from a state where minorities and people like that look like me and you had it super hard
Hmm.
as far as coming up. Um, give me a little bit of the background as far as like coming up, your upbringing,
My upbringing.
being from Alabama and having roots in Raymond, Alabama, and growing up in Montgomery and stuff like that.
Okay. Growing up in Raymer, I feel like I grew up in both to be honest. Like it was early. I grew up in Raymer like in my early life. And like when I got in I would say like second grade, that's
Yeah,
when I moved to Montgomery, but I was always back and forth.
right, right, right.
Um Raymer, I like Raymer because it's like I feel like I can go there when I just need to get away from the city. Like
Facts,
like
facts,
like it's just
facts.
like relaxing. Like
Peace of
it's the
mind.
country. Like it's no noise. Only thing you hear is cars passing by. That's it. Um,
Facts.
but yeah, it's like very peaceful in the country. Like that's where I'm. That's a part of my life and a part of where I'm from as well. So that's just the place that I like. Montgomery, it's cool. That's all I can say about Montgomery. It's
It's
cool. It's
cool.
it's just a regular city, but I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of talented people in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
it's a lot of talented people in Alabama. Period. Um,
And it's been like that.
it has been like that, and it's time for all of us to like get that
Unite.
exposure
Yeah,
and
and unite too. Come together.
come together because it is like most of the time it's like a crab in a bucket type thing. Nobody don't want to see the next person make it, and I feel like it shouldn't be like that at all.
It definitely
So
should.
the next person, like if I was to, well, when I blow up,
Facts, facts. Because you're
I'm,
on your way, definitely.
yeah, when I blow up, I'm definitely gonna put some talented people on, because I feel like we deserve that. Like everybody out here trying to make it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna try to make it hard for somebody else that I see that's trying to do the same thing.
Because if you could reach down and help somebody and you see it, because like I said, energy is everything. You could kind of feel
Yeah.
what's going on as far as when you meet somebody
Uh
or
huh.
so reaching back, helping somebody or cross branding ain't never hurt. like you said, people
Yeah.
with the crab, you know what I'm saying, mentality as far as the, oh man, I don't want to see the next person on, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a bunch of artists for hip hop, R&B, content creators, Southern Soul blues
Mm-hmm.
artists in Alabama that's fire. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, somebody got to be that to say, all right, come on, open the
Mm-hmm.
door. Like, because I felt like after Doe beat, it was like,
It
it
was
took
just
the
like,
breath, it took the, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of life out of,
yeah, because he was actually on his way. He was
man,
actually
he
there.
was
He
there.
was there actually, and then after that happened, it kind of everybody was like, "Dang!" Like, so it kind of like
Yeah, took a little
took
bit out of
yeah
the,
took it out of everybody. Like, they was like, "Dang!" Like he could have put us on, but they took him out in his own city.
that's
Like,
crazy, man. Like,
he was
Doe
gonna make a
was,
name for Montgomery, Alabama.
he did. Like, you know, Dirty Boys and them, they did it. I don't know if you familiar with Dirty.
I think I heard a little of that music.
um Hit the Flow, like Rolling Vogues, like
Yeah, I know that
Candyman,
song.
like them boys had an impact on Alabama. Mr. Big had a big pack on Alabama. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Being from Mobile. And right now we got artists like who? Young Blue, which from Mobile, right?
Flo, yeah, Young Blue, Flo Millie,
Flo Milli,
Millie.
Flo Milli from Alabama?
Yeah, she
For
from
real?
Mobile.
Yo, I never knew that.
Yeah, she from Mobile, Alabama. She
That's
always say to her music, she be like, "I'm from Alabama," or she'll mention Mobile in it.
that's
Yeah,
crazy because she actually fired.
yeah, she fire.
Oh no. Who else you got? You got No Cap, right?
Um,
No Cap from Mobile.
hmm
You got OMB Peasy. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's from Mobile. You had Honeycomb Brazy from Mobile, and his situation
They
is
took him out, didn't it?
crazy, man. Huh?
They took him out.
To my out of his position. Yeah, like his position was dope because he was making a name. He was like, I feel like he was picking up where Doe, you know what I'm saying, as far
Yeah,
as putting the eyes back on the state. So hopefully, you know, whenever he, get out of jail, you know what I mean, he can get it back. But yeah, he was very talented, man, as far as the know how to, get in a pocket and give people what they wanted to hear. I ain't gonna
yeah.
say everybody was a fan, you know what I'm saying, of the, but he gave people what they wanted to hear.
I
So
feel like when you from Alabama, like it's cool to rep your city, but you just have to leave, like, and put yourself in a better environment,
yeah,
and don't go back to it unless you getting paid to perform or something.
because
Like,
Montgomery is, as far as the violence,
yeah, it's a lot of violence out there. At one point, it was rated the most violent city in America. At one point,
and that's crazy. Even over Chicago
yeah,
and LA, and we got to do better,
and that's
man.
crazy
Like,
because it's like you hurting your own community.
yeah, and I'm big on community. I do the workshops down there in Rayma. I do the back to school drives in Rayma, and that's every year. So now we locked in with the library, so we do a workshop every month.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? So we always giving back to the community where we from. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we ain't had that coming up.
Hmm.
So you can ask your mama. You know what I'm saying? You can ask your
Yeah, my mama tell
aunties.
me the stories all the time, like
Like
how it was rough, like having
man,
no bathroom.
man,
Yeah.
listen. When I tell you the stories, man, people be like, for real, good? It's like a third world. You know what I'm saying? Like Raymer was like a third world coming up
Hmm.
when we was young. You know what I mean? Like you said, no bathrooms, wash pans, heat up the water on the stove, dry the clothes by the fire, hand wash the clothes. You feel me? So the youth now really don't understand like how easy and cool it is now to have somebody that then went through that, paved the way
Yeah.
for you not to go through it. You feel me? So I be telling the boy, look, And some of them, I done heard some youth say, I couldn't have made it back then. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have unalived myself. I done heard them say it like, yo, I probably couldn't have went through what y'all went through. Cause I mentally,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that mentally now the youth ain't really built up strong like that mentally. That's why we see so many suicides and mental health issues and school shootings and breakdowns. And to touch on that, I see you say you had took a break
Uh huh.
far as doing content and working on your craft because of mental breakdown,
Yeah,
as
it
far
was
as
a
mental
lot.
health.
Like,
Tap in on that to let people know a little bit about what you went through, if you will, and how important it is to, you know, get that mental health,
mm-hmm.
help far as taking the steps and
Uh,
acknowledging that you might need that.
so, um, during that time, like I said, I was doing a lot of content and stuff, and I was on my way, and I could have blown up by then, but I was acting crazy out here. I was smoking a lot of weed, which I wasn't supposed to, and at that age,
Yeah.
like I was 19, 20, 19 or 20, but I was getting to the point like where I was getting addicted to it, and I was like, um, oh, I want to take pills next because the weed not working. Like I have grew a lot honestly. I'm 24 now, and like then like at 19 or 20, it may not seem like it, but like my mind was like very still much childish. Um, so I was just like, oh, I want to smoke a lot of weed. I want to take some pills. I want to do this and that, and I was heading towards the industry way, and I feel like what had happened to me. I'm gonna tell you what had happened. I feel like what had happened to me kind of stopped me and made me take a break because if I would have went to the industry, ain't no telling what I would have been doing. Probably would have been high on all type of stuff, just doing anything. So I ended up getting laced by my ex best friend. Um, so that kind of just like threw my mental way back. Like I had to literally start from scratch and rewire my brain to actually think correctly because I was just out of it, to be honest. Like I
I,
was having so much anxiety, panic attacks. Like I felt like I wasn't gonna make it. And to get myself back on track, I had to take a break from people, period. Take a break from social media and just focus on myself. I had to do a lot of spiritual healing, meditating, like all of that, and
yeah.
that kind of grounded me because at one point I wasn't like super grounded, and I was out of touch with reality, and yeah, I feel like that kind of helped, and it made me take a bigger look at things, and that's
And
why I am the way I am now. Yeah,
all right, the lace part. You said you got laced.
yeah.
So somebody laced your weed
hmm
with.
I went to the doctor. They said they couldn't tell what it was, but if they were to tell, it was spice. Yeah.
Mm. And you know what's crazy, man? That was big for a minute, Spice.
hmm
And I know a few people that were doing that, and they mental, man, like that shit was wild.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I only took like 2 puffs of it, and I feel like you know what's crazy. Like the only reason I took 2 puffs of it because beforehand I would smoke a whole blunt. Like I would
To the
smoke,
face.
yes, I would smoke the whole blunt. And before then, like 2 nights before that, my auntie, she was like, you know you don't gotta smoke your whole blunt. Like you can just get high off like 3 puffs. So I was like, okay. Like ever since then, I started to do like 3 puffs and just put it out.
I
And
see
I'm
how
glad
it
I didn't.
affected you.
Yes, I'm glad I didn't smoke the whole blunt because like I feel like that was the universe or God. Like they put her right there to tell me to
Facts.
not smoke the whole thing
Smoke the
because
whole
if I
thing because
Two
I
days later,
you that's when they laced it 2 days later.
yeah,
So yeah,
2 days later, I
that
would have
was
smoked the
her.
whole thing. Ain't no
She
telling
your
what would.
angel, bro. Like
Yeah,
she really, yeah. Nah, for real. That's real. That she put that in the universe. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, that saved you.
yeah.
Cause just imagine if you would have smoked the whole thing.
Mhm.
So that person that did that was anything like charges or criminal charge? Like what
I
happened with that? As far as
I just let it go. To be honest, I said he gonna get his karma. He gonna have to deal with it himself. I ain't want none to do with it at all.
so what he was
Um,
trying to do was mess your life up. Far as like
yeah,
that
like
was some jealousy,
because
man.
I was really doing very good. Like I was where I am now.
Yeah,
Like so, I basically had to start over, and I feel like yeah, that stopped me.
that's crazy, man. Y'all watch
Yeah,
out.
he
That's why I
was.
say kids do not, and I repeat, do not walk around just smoking whatever people give you.
Yeah,
Seriously, if and I ain't saying do drugs. We're not promoting that or none of that on here.
when it comes
What
to
I'm
drinking,
drinking, none of that. What I'm saying is, if you happen to get involved or whatever in those things, roll your own weed. You know what I'm saying? Go buy your own blunts. Just don't let nobody give you what they say. Hey man, grab this and nah, don't really trust people. So like you said, that was a person that you so called a friend. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
And back then, I used to trust everybody. I ain't
and
know,
that
like,
made you shut your trust,
yeah,
close the gate on, and that's crazy, man. But it's real and
it made me sensitive to energy and everything. Like, I changed into a whole new person for some reason. Like, that changed me.
but it did for a reason. It was done for a reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, you here, you still doing your thing. Like you said, you had to do a reset, so now you better. You know what to look for,
Mm-hmm.
and nah, we glad, man. You good mentally so far. How's your mental these days?
My mental is way better than it was then. Like, I feel like I can control my emotions and how I feel now.
Yeah.
During that time, like, it was crazy. Like, I ain't know I couldn't control my emotions at all.
So that affected your mood with family and other people that you dealt with and
Yeah, it
everything.
affected everything. Like, I mean, I was there, but at the same time, I wasn't there. It felt like I was on autopilot, like somebody else was just, like I was just sitting there watching and somebody else was just controlling me or something. I wasn't mentally there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
nah, that's good, man. That you back though, for sure. And you got your foot on the gas. You striving to be what you know you're gonna be, and that's what's up. And that's the thing. Did you vote?
um, yeah, I went and voted.
You voted.
Yeah.
So you think that was a big thing for people to get out and vote?
Yeah, I feel like it was a big thing because I feel like when it comes to voting, it's big because like that's changing the whole country. Like you choosing which president that you want, like based on beliefs, your belief system. Like
Beliefs
that's
in
a
what they're
life
gonna
changing situation.
beliefs in what they're gonna do for you or what they're
Yeah,
gonna do for everyone as a
yeah,
whole.
it's a life changing situation because that's the next 4 years of your life.
Right,
And yeah, it was crazy. I don't get too much into politics
right. Me either.
because
Me
yeah,
either. Because that's
like
a whole nother beast, man. People
people
get
take that
sensitive.
very seriously.
They get sensitive when it comes to da, da, da. Man, I had somebody try to convince me to like, listen, please, please go vote for this. I'm like, why? Like,
Yeah,
nah, I ain't finna just go vote for somebody just because you telling me to. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you did go vote. So if y'all went and voted, there you have it. Teontee went and voted. So there it is.
It's a vibe, yeah, baby, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, yeah, baby, it's a vibe.